escape. It's mostly space. It's a waste of skin. Perhaps I should just use nothing more than the festive pack. Just for those simplicity vibes. And its ability to do 96 chunks in a render distance. Need those patches for the Spooksy pack. Well, it's also showing the same thing. Hopefully that doesn't mean the festive pack is broken, but it only did that with the preview version, but surely it's just saying that. Maybe nothing really will happen. Then it says, don't worry, comma, be happy. I needed that one. They're playing with the door. You know they like doors. So of course they're playing with the door. It's similar to the spooky long whistle. Next time we are at some kind of a place that's in the dock with boats, and you just need to make that sound be heard. It'd be very good is to find the real sounds out of the game's files, but we still trying at that. Plus, of course, a good way to trace its location would be to find when certain ones of the files gets removed into another folder, it would then not be heard at all, and that would reveal where it was. Says that's more like it. Just really makes it look like what it's supposed to look like. Spooky landscapes are vibing to the build battle sound. So if that game can't do writing but only reading cycles, it'd be good to know what that would do for certain things like making a world and all that. Or if their world won't be able to save when they do something. Critters like to trigger that for fun. They're weird and they're having a lot of fun. Perhaps that Earthlet ought to make its packet may remove from the Earthlet itself. But hey look, ray tracing is on. However, that black magic possible, oh yeah, it's because that packet actually gets to have ray tracing, which is very lucky. The biggest if the festive pack ever got its own treatment of that or not. Perhaps we find out. We thought that was it, but that's not. So it looks like there is totally nothing about that. Oh well, the festive pack is still vibing as is. We picked up spooky pack, like I picked up the spooky pack. And put it in a socket. Something looks a bit easier with that one. Feels like home, don't it? Question mark. Europe? It doesn't even look like it's the spooky pack. It still feels like it has the same, well, style as the festive pack. Feels like home right there. Because without the ray tracing graphics, performance is really perfect. Oh, water looks like bubbles. Over here, to be vibed with the spooky pack. I'm starting to think that was the case, and it probably is the case that animated textures are just not going to become glitchy. It looks very fascinating when it comes to looking at things like that. Just gotta experience it for once, because it may never be seen anymore. Missing textured fire on them. It's very rare to see bugs like that with textures instead of that game. Maybe you should just delete some things like CATCGD packs. More lights add-on. We like the sound of imaging light. This is one imaging dark. Put him out of, he'll put you out of your misery, you MGYCURR, whatever he says. Sound like that, I'll explore that place. Let's vibe in. So far, it's definitely seeming like it's just a preview thing as per expected. The preview edition is just always the version that's not very perfect. Hopefully now preview edition won't just have bugs from now on with things. Pretty much everything about it is always buggy. Preview edition is now Bug Rock edition. Yep, it's just broken now. A plus W preview edition ruined the festive pack, and now animated textures are broken. Yep, they're seeming just fine. So the fire is cycling through different animated textures. But hey, it's just a preview thing. Because the main game didn't do that. I'll praise the main version of the game. It's a better version. The stable version. Sure isn't very used to just to casually play some that game with its normal graphics and the compiler also being quiet too. See its performance is FPS is in the 200s, which means it can finally hit 240 FPS, which is what compilers' normal limits are. There, now it's 240 FPS for once. which is that compiler's refresh rate. Speaking of music, it's time to hear some too. It's kind of the vibes. Maybe it's just something, the vibes about the music that's totally not hateable. We have to be fast. As fast as the Wild West in order to actually acquire a cage that will create a scat word upon placing it. And now that's when it draws the line. The fourth batch is unable to be created due to storage being low. And now it's time to finally say farewell to the final batch of the series inside of the Photos app. Well, it's of course so safely stored in the Files app. See how much storage it gained from deleting the whole series from in there. Oh, it's of course just the same as it always was. Since it was just simply all moved into the Files app. Is to play a very smooth minced raft that is very responsive. Looks like he feels like a little responsive. However, 480 HZ would feel like. So if the game never reached that high, and then whatever that would feel like to play the game with its refresh rates being that high. And the idea that the REZ RBLED 18 with its dual displayness actually gets to achieve that. It can be 240 for 4K, being like what that compiler's already like. While it can be 1080p for way higher refresh rate. It's either that or the 16-inch compiler with its OLED screen. There's the dark, spooky atmosphere, and then there's the bright, cheery atmosphere. They have different feels to the op-clips is happening. Scary tree, like jump. Not forget about the idea of the big competitor, as great as that is. The portable competitor would probably just be better if I already owned that one. Feels like there's just kind of no need to own any more of the same thing, basically. It's definitely not like this competitor is as dead as the 15-ish one was. Meanwhile, the way the fire looks, being pretty buggy. That's really similar to, of course, none other than the Halloween pack when every animated texture was, well, missing textures. And now the festive pack is also doing something kind of like that. Well, easy. Looks kind of chunky how it's the bubbles. Says, of course, things about it. That might be the next best one. Rather than, of course, it having lifetime proness, it has a price to get it. And of course it says you can, of course, export its project. It can load it up to 4K. And of course it can do all of that. Ew, it's the normal music. Gas. We need to be kinged. King in the It might just be time to get that and try it out. Because if it could also do 24 FPS or even 8K for exporting. Or, better yet, anything lower than 360p. Or of course custom resolutions, because if it's anywhere like that. Gets updated. And of course, the oldie will always be the twin entity age. Now I should look for it and save it somewhere. Videos. Well, we couldn't do that. All the years of filming HDR videos, and the oldie can't export HDR videos. Green screen. So it can do that, unlike old having to rely on something like this, the iMovie to do it. We is so trying it out now. Whatever 18 FPS looks like, we'll look at the competitor doing it, get a feels of what that might look like. That's 18 FPS. You know it's more ish than silly. True. Even it's playing the old music. They're fair. Maybe it's of course music. T-H-A-N-P-E. Nice wants to check out that video editor right now. definitely must be the next big one that will now replace the oldie entirely. And hopefully everything in it would be free. Hopefully it'll have stock things that can be used, like how the oldie has things, but of course it has to require currency as most of its things. There was, of course, the Pro, and it unlocked the use of some of the musics and such, but of course it has to buy currencies to get more things to use, which is really weird. Perhaps ETHANPNIS texture needs to he will check it out now. All about
Will you say that?
Obviously.
Yeah, it's even being filmed. Good.
Oh, and then for that video editor, because if it could do frame interpolation or not, it'd be very cool if it could do that. Some more festive musics that are vibing. Nice, I'll get it and check it out. Maybe make a test video with the video being edited by that and see if it's good. And of course, if I can do okay exporting project and all that. And if it meets all those good standards, then recommended. Mr. Co-Pilot to warm up. Unlike the other robos, it definitely feels like the co-pilot is the only one that feels like it's your friend. It remembers how to chat to you, it remembers what you like, it remembers its recent chats, it definitely feels more personal than the other robos. Its own version of that. Before we really move out of the video editor we knew for years. should I say I should check it out and get it and see if it's recommendable fully. It's just so ish that it does say it can export in 8K. Maybe it really can. It'd be really great and finally-ishly if it can actually do 8K. So 8K could finally be doable. It'd be kind of. Then it can of course receive videos made by the Pro 2 doing 8K and have that in the mainline series. Yay. Please. Why gotta look like that? It looks like chunky bubbles. What's more is that it just looks like the bevel column. Not the fancy bevels, but to the very blockish version of the way it would look. And then yay, how it could finally do 24 FPS. So I finally can like 24 FPS for once. Have all the resolution options I can other than 360p. Or if it could do lower, like the very lowest quality in the tube. That would sure make for some very good optimized videos. For example, if we wanted to make videos of just sounds, it could do 18 FPS and then do something very low for more just sound only based kind of videos. Instead of how the oldie can only do 360p and then really compress it and then do 30 FPS for videos that still feel too chunky. No, I used to remember that last time when trying to find a video editor, and of course I seen that one, but didn't even think of getting it because it's priced instead of free with in-app purchases. So then the idea of it having a price was the only reason why I didn't get it. If that's all you have to get for it, then it's definitely a great reason to get it.